taking the lead on this one. Zach is over there making a drink. Today, we have a very special one for you because today we are reviewing the Montecristo Signature Espada Valiente. Now, this cigar is fairly new. I believe it was released within the last couple weeks, and I picked this box up on Friday up at our local store. And as you can see, these cigars look like a dandy. And if you watched our video on, well, the video was for Saturday, but Friday.
Fancy.
But
it was just posted this afternoon.
Yeah, we just posted Fancy Friday this afternoon. We went into a little bit of depth on this cigar. But to give you a little bit of a background, this cigar is a limited edition, and it is grown and features tobacco from the Plasencia family's legendary tobacco library. Now, it says that it's supposed to be a medium-bodied cigar, so we will find out on that one. And I believe that this is a Nicaraguan Puro, and it is a 55 by 6. Hold this up a little closer for you guys to see. Very nice band here. It is a decently thick cigar, I will say that.
Alrighty, drink making
Now,
is done.
Zach, what can I offer you in a stick?
I would love to pair one of these with my drink I just made. Very nice.
I will get in here myself.
Get up on the bar stool. Alrighty.
I'm very excited for this smoke because looking online, there is almost nothing on this cigar besides like a background on the cigar. There's not a lot of tasting notes listed, and there is almost no reviews on this cigar.
That is quite crisp.
Really?
Quite dandy as well.
Very nice.
A nice little mixed drink pairing. Nothing of any crazy stature, but something to further add to our smoking experience here this evening.
Now, after taking it out of the wrapper, we have a very nice
Talk about
foot
it.
wrapper.
It's packed.
It is indeed packed.
Has that classic earthy, very
Indeed.
heavy on that earth there.
Indeed.
Gonna try and delicately remove this Espada footband. They gave us plenty of overglue there so we don't tear it.
Very nice looking wrapper.
Very, very firm pack.
Some prominent veins here.
Very hard pack near the cap.
Couple spots for oil.
I see a double cap.
Indeed.
Alrighty.
All right. I say we get it cut up.
And lit up. As you can see, we got a new ashtray here today to kind of add to the Montecristo theme. It's a Cohiba 55th anniversary. And I actually have a Cohiba, not a Cohiba ashtray, a Montecristo ashtray somewhere in here. But this one's new, so why not use it? I'm going to do a quad cut here because one of my caps is coming off. How's your draw?
Very tight draw here.
Very tight. Smokable?
Yeah, I think so. I think we should be good. Gonna give it a crown cut here just in case.
Mine's not tight.
Must be nice.
It's not effortless, but it's definitely snug.
I'd say mine's pretty snug.
On the cold draw, light notes of earth. Not as strong as the earth on the foot.
Nothing much more than just an earthiness to this cigar here. So
Nothing
far.
on the wrapper. Definitely a seamless wrapper. I see the spots for oil, as Jake was saying. Pretty simplistic bands here, and without a doubt, we're gonna get her cut up. Not cut up, lit up. Oh, that was not to my satisfaction.
Oh,
There we go. My luck, this one's gonna go out. So I just made a very simple mixed drink today. I was at a lounge the other day and somebody was drinking this and they said it paired quite well with a cigar. Jake, if you don't mind, I'm going to scoot the mic over.
Go ahead.
Explain what I'm sipping on here and we'll see how well it pairs.
Oh yeah, that's all you, buddy.
So, mixed up a very simple concoction here. It's just a diet ginger ale with club soda and your choice of a liquor. I went with the classic Buffalo Trace. It's a great mixer, sipper, whatever you want to do with it. Relatively cheap, about
A lot
20.
of smoke coming off of the foot here too, by the way.
Yeah, about 26 bucks is what I paid for my bottle of Buffalo Trace there. And it's Buffalo Trace. It's about what I can say. But yeah, we got ginger ale and club soda in here. Club soda gives it that extra crisp bite to it, and I'm interested to see if it pairs as good as it was when that guy said it was at the cigar store. Took a little sip. It was refreshing, crisp. That's what I like with a good cigar. I really like coffee. A nice black coffee pairs well with a lighter bodied cigar, and then generally a sweeter drink pairs best with a darker cigar. Usually,
That's why I'm a big fan of drinking our diet cream sodas.
yep, and regret free. Jake, you are correct. There is a lot of smoke coming on the foot. Not going to be able to fully light this one with the DuPont here, so I'm just going to blow on it until she gets lit. Nice combustion though.
Hits you with that pepper and earthiness. And almost like coffee maybe on the first couple draws here. Very nice.
Almost there.
A medium, I'd say mild to medium finish so far.
Perfectly lit. The aroma on the smoke is quite nice. Alrighty. Quite tasty.
Indeed.
Definitely a long finish on the palate. Very long finish on the palate. I'm getting a. Oh wow, we're still in the palate here. I'm gonna go with it, almost like a dark pretzel note.
Yeah.
Those extra dark pretzels on the back of the palate, mid palate. A savory caramel, along with a slight saltiness. But on the front of the palate, coffee and earth.
Yeah. Are you getting a little bit of a pepper in there too? Like
Pepper
almost
as well.
mixing in with
Let's see
the
if this
whole-
pairs here. I mean, it's nothing crazy, but it definitely cleanses the palate. It's definitely what you want when you're smoking a cigar.
Ash looks decently white so far. Burn line is keeping steady even so far through the first couple puffs here.
Lots of smoke.
Draw is a little bit snug, but nothing too bad. Still get a decent draw off of this. You're just gonna have to. I recommend a crown cut for this. When I did a cold draw with a single V cut, it wasn't exactly a decent draw. It was a little more snug than I liked them.
Alrighty.
But the crown cut did fix that.
Well, on that note, I think me and Jake are going to start our journey of the Montecristo signature. I'm going to come around real quick and show you these primary bands, so bear with me while I walk around.
There, if you want to just show them the whole box.
They saw a box in Fancy Friday's video.
Yeah.
There's the box right there. You can see it quite well. I don't know why the camera decided to work today. Definitely not going to jinx it. Alrighty. And there are the primary bands. Nice little gold foil. Decent wrapper. Definitely a darker cigar. Current burn line. Welcome back, everyone. We are now in the second third of the Montecristo. Want to reminisce me here? I didn't buy the box.
Signature,
Espada.
Espada, Valiente.
Okay. We are now in the second third of this signature Valiente. Definitely a good stick, now that I know the name. pretty good development characteristics here, if I say so myself. I have not had to relight it once. The burn line is a wee bit wonky, but it seems to be correcting itself. Jake, it looks to be a little bit different over there for you, but mine's a little wavy. My draw is perfect. Jake will talk about his draw here momentarily. However, I'm going to dive into some tasting notes here briefly. Very complex tasting notes. Something that we got with that, what was that? The Diamante. Seems to be common in fancy Montecristo lines like this. But I'm getting that earth that I said that I smelled on the foot. That's there. I'm getting like a dirt smell and a dirt taste as well. A sweet raisin, cocoa nibs, coffee, and then a light cream, and just an overall sweetness in general. As for the aroma of the cigar, it has that same sweetness that we're getting on the palate. It's a very sweet smelling smoke. Definitely enjoyable though. It's a pleasant aroma.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to do it for my current review. And I'm going to let Jake take it away here.
All right.
There you go.
Thank you. Yeah, like Zach said, his burn line's a little wonky. Mine,
Probably
not having an issue with it yet.
touch it up with
Ash isn't looking as white as it did at the start. It's still white, just nothing. It's nothing crazy over here.
issue fixed.
Yeah, I'm getting a earthy, almost coffee here. Back of the palate, I'm getting that creaminess, a little bit of a nut. Nothing like a chocolate too, but nothing too crazy.
Roasted coffee.
Yeah.
Very strong.
Yeah.
Like a roasted dark coffee, and then a very strong cocoa nib, along with dark chocolate as well.
Yeah.
Very good.
It is very good. The draw, I've had no issues with it. And
So it loosened up.
for I believe they were $14 a stick. No, they were $14.50 a stick, and so far seems like a pretty good price point.
That's worth it.
As I would say so far. We'll have to see what the final third brings us. But would you like to add anything on to this clip?
I don't think so.
Alrighty. That's going to wrap it up for this second, third clip here, guys. We will see you in the final third. Welcome back, everyone. We are in the final third, and the development on this cigar is wonderful. Kind of like the Diamante. Was it? We did the normal Diamante, correct?
There's only one. Oh yeah, there's another one. The
Yeah.
double Diamante, which
Yeah.
I never did.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
I'm gonna show mine.
kind of like our Diamante review, the construction and just development of this cigar was very nice. It went from a spicy kind of chocolate to that I want to say more nutty and creaminess in the second third, to now in the final third I'm picking up a very like almost mocha, like a chocolate coffee as the main flavor here, with that woodiness and slight nut, and still the cream on the back half of the palate. The burn line has remained great for me. Construction was very nice, and my draw is loosening up even more as I keep getting through the cigar. I have not had to relight this cigar once,
Same here.
and I'm also getting like a chocolate raisin almost too, along with that like chocolate coffee. It's just a very chocolatey kind of note here, with a little bit of a side notes of coffee, raisin, nut, and a little bit of a woodiness to it, like I said. And it is all around very nice. There's been a decent amount of development here. And before I say too much, before my final review, I'm going to let Zach take it over and give us his opinion.
Alrighty. Real quick, folks, briefly before we continue in this clip, this mic is on its way of dying. I think we should have plenty of power here to get us through, but if it does go out, we'll be talking a little bit louder so the other mic can pick us up. Given that, I'm going to talk about this cigar a little bit. Definitely enjoying it. It's a pretty damn good cigar. Would you say $14.50? $14.50 for a retail price, about probably $1.50, $1.60 for a box. There's a box right there. I'd say it's worth it. As for some tasting notes, I'm getting a very dark roasted coffee, excuse me, along with that pretzel note that I had mentioned. The earth note has backed off. I'm getting a very rich chocolate covered raisin, almost like a raisinette candy. If you give me 1 second here, I'm going to get a puff and get some better tasting notes.
I do want to mention, the smoke has been not thick, but almost like a, in between a wispy and a thick smoke, the whole smoke here.
So on the front of the palate, I get a sweetness like a cocoa nib, like a fresh cocoa nib. Back of the palate, medium part of the palate, I get coffee, mocha, as Jake had said. This is very complex. This is really making me think. I never have to think this much, and it's really making me think. It's very good. Very long finish. A very, very, very long finish, but very good. Yeah, those notes, I'm going to stick with those for now. I'm not going to say too much on that. But I'm going to let Jake take it away here, see if we have any news this upcoming week, and let's hear it.
All right.
All right.
So, news this upcoming week, I don't think there's too much going on. I know we have a plan to go swing by a couple stores this week. I think we're going to swing by one of them tomorrow if we have time. Correction.
Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday, because there is no review tomorrow. Zach has classes real late at night, so we're not going to be able to pump anything out tomorrow. But Tuesday, we're going to make a round trip to a couple stores that I know of. And then there is going to be a box pickup on Tuesday, I believe.
Yep. Perhaps, hopefully.
And then I don't think there's anything else too crazy. We don't have anything real set in stone yet.
That's one thing I like that when we first started the channel, we had a very strict agenda. I just like kind of going with the flow and being like, all right, let's try this, let's try that,
Yeah.
I think that's kind of a nice thing about this channel, and it gives us more leniency if somebody wants to see a review. Real quick before I let Jake take it away, if you ever want to see a cigar, we said this a million times, just let us know. We'll smoke it. We'll get it. If we can't get it, we'll order it. Whatever. Just let us know. We'll gladly smoke it. We'd enjoy it. We want to hear other people's likings of brands and other things. So that's all I wanted to add. That's a little loud.
So I'm gonna hop into this fine. Whoa!
Why did it get so loud?
Whoa! I just got hit with a very, very strong coffee note there. It's almost like this. Getting into the butt here is getting very coffee.
Why is it so loud?
But so for my final review, we're gonna hop right into it. The wrapper was a 10. There was nothing wrong with the wrapper. The light was very nice. The foot was well packed. The construction of the cigar, like I just mentioned, is also a 10. Very well packed. It was a decently dense cigar, but it still lit well and it still smoked very well, and the draw was nothing like you would have thought when you felt the cigar. The cigar felt very packed and very thick.
Rock hard.
Indeed. Like I said, the light, also a 10. It combusted very well, ashed almost perfectly. The burn line did not, at least on my cigar, it was not wonky at all. It was almost a very straight burn line all the way down. The ash on this cigar it's going to get an 8. It wasn't exactly white, but it wasn't anything noticeably bad. You can still tell it was rolled with very good tobacco, and nothing, two note bad about the ash. The notes on the cigar are going to get a 10. I heavily enjoyed every note that I was getting through this cigar. It was very tasty, very complex, and like Zach said, made us actually think about what we were sitting there and tasting as we were getting through the cigar. My overall score, based on all those, is going to be a 9.3. The reason for that is I think that this cigar ranks up there as one of the better limited editions that we've smoked for the price point. $14.50 is what I paid per cigar for this box, and it is by far one of the best cigars I've smoked in a while. It is very good. The price point was very nice. I believe after the discount that you get for buying the box, I paid $150 total. Now that might change depending on your store. The store I went to gave me 15% off for the box, but some stores only do 10%. It just depends. With that being said, this cigar was great. I heavily recommend that if you find this in your store, you pick at least one up. I believe that you will very heavily enjoy this cigar and enjoy the complexity that comes along with it. I haven't had too many cigars at that price point, besides maybe the Rocky LB1, that really made me sit there in this.
LB1 knocks our ass though.
That is one thing I do want to mention before I keep going. There was almost no nicotine buzz. Very light, not very noticeable, but you can still kind of tell it's there if you really try and pay attention to it.
Yep.
But like I was saying, I haven't met very many cigars that will have me sit there and think, oh, I don't really know exactly what I'm tasting, but it's good. It really makes you sit there and think exactly what you're tasting in those notes, and that is why I'm heavily enjoying this cigar. I'm going to let Zach take it over here with his final review, and then we're going to wrap it up. And I believe that's it.
Alrighty.
So, here you go, Zach.
Alrighty, folks, I'm going to dive into my review as of right now. As Jake had said, a very complex cigar, especially for that price range. For the foot and the wrapper aroma, I'm going to give it a 5. There was not much happening. It just smelled like when you open a bag of soil. A little bit of soil note and a very light chocolate. Not too much going on there. As for the combustion of the foot when we first lit it, I'll give it a 10. Had no issues with that. It lit quite well. As for the overall burn line and the burn of the cigar, I'm going to give it a 7. As you had just saw there and a couple times throughout, of me smoking this cigar, I have had to touch it up with my slight single flame jet lighter there. No issue, but it didn't correct itself. They can become an issue if you don't fix it, but it's nothing that's too pressing. As for the construction, it kind of lingers there. Did I just write the construction? No, I talked about the burn. As for construction, that gets a 7. The burn issue contributes to that with the burn of the wrapper. As for the ash, it's definitely not the best one I've seen. It's hard to critique it because the cigar performed quite well. It's a toss-up. It's a flaky ash. Didn't stack very well. I'll give it a 6. Along with the flavor notes. Flavor notes get a 9.5 out of 10. It was very complex and there was a lot happening. And coming in at my overall score, I'm going to give this an 8.2 out of 10. Reason being is, it's not the best cigar I ever had. By no means is it a bad cigar. It's a very good cigar. I'd pick up a box of these if you see them. Relatively cheap. $14 for a stick that performs this well. I'm not complaining at all. I'd like to see where these are at when they get some age on them. I think it would really ramp up these flavor notes that we're getting. It's very smooth, very enjoyable, and a very good cigar. Especially for that price range, you're not regretting it too much. But yeah, that's going to do it for my review of the Montecristo Signature Espada. I think that's going to do it for the video. Would you like to wrap her up here?
Will do.
All right.
Again, I'd like to thank you guys. For those that have made it to this point of the video, we very much appreciate it. Leave us a comment down below what you thought of today's video, if you have made it to this point.
How wispy the smoke is.
And let us know if there is something else that you would like to see. I do want to say that I forgot to put in the news, we have a possibility of new cigars that I have been told about that could be coming to us very soon, so we will see where that goes. I know there are a couple brands that have reached out to the store that I'm usually going to get cigars. So hopefully when those come out, we can review those for you guys also. I'm very excited to see what they are. I haven't gotten a lot of information off them. I just know that the store that we go to has planned on getting boxes from Flor Dominicana and Arturo Fuente. So, quite exciting. With that being said, that's going to wrap it up for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll catch you in the next one.